What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Cjthecheesedj here, and today we are taking a look at the newest community crunch, and we have our first reveal of the Dinopithecus. And I gotta say, the artwork looks pretty damn sick. There it is in all its glory. It's got a player under its paw over here. It's looking actually pretty solidly big. We've got one up in the trees over here as well, looking pretty menacing. But as well as that, guys, we have a new creature coming to Lost Island. So guys, we have the Sino-macrops. Yeah. Kind of disappointed. So before we get into that, let's go over this quick little message that we've got up here. In the lead up to the release of the Lost Island, a free DLC map coming later this year, we've been engaging the community and seeing what creatures you'd like to see on the upcoming release. During the first ever official community vote, we saw a heated race as we narrowed down which creature would be one of the three new creatures that released with Lost Island. So obviously the Dinopithecus won that. And you can see there, although it emerged as the clear winner, today we have an addition that's fairly familiar to the community and the final creature being added to Lost Island. So this is the last creature we are getting out of the three creatures. We've got the Dinopithecus, we've got the Sino-macrops, and then that, the other one, the Amargasaurus with the spines. So, meet Sino-macrops. Now, this is the dossier for him, and we've got a little bit of a fan art for him. Well, not fan art, like a little render for it. So, let's go over its little dossier real quick. So, wild. Sinomacrops Bonde is a friendly and curious little pterosaur. It may approach and investigate unfamiliar creatures, but Sino-macrops does spook easily. When threatened, it will unfurl its wings to reveal dematic eye spots in an attempt to confuse or scare predators away. Still, Sino-macrops seems to be a highly intelligent creature that craves social interactions. While it's normally curious and friendly, Sino-macrops' adorable, oversized mouth turns into a deadly weapon at the slightest sight and smell of insects. Even alone, this cute little critter can take down insects far larger than itself. Unfortunately, this means that armor made from chitin plates is going to trigger an attack response from the otherwise sweethearted pterosaur. So it sounds like it's a very passive tame unless you're wearing chitin, which honestly to me seems kind of dumb because nobody wears chitin because of the speed that you can level up into flak. And like, I don't remember the last time I made a set of chitin armor to try and get around with. So it kind of seems a little bit about that. I don't think you're going to have these guys aggroing on you at all. Nonetheless, let's get into the domesticated part of it. Taming a Sino-macrops is fairly straightforward in theory. Just feed them without scaring them. So it's just like a standard passive tame. You just don't wear chitin armor and maybe some ghillie armor by the sounds of it. Once tamed, they absolutely love traveling with their humans and prefer to cling on to them whenever possible. Not only are they sociable, but they're fiercely protective. Once bonded, any small creature approaching someone with a tamed Sino-macrops will be met with its flashing eye spots and piercing shriek. That's usually enough to stun an undersized interloper. For such a small flyer, Sino-macrops can carry surprisingly heavy loads. It can even support the weight of a fully grown human adult. Though it will struggle to gain altitude, still any creature companion that can double as a glider and parachute is invaluable for anyone traversing an arc, as long as they bring plenty of snacks for their new friend. Alrighty, so a couple of things here, we're going to break it down. First off, it sounds like, as well, we forgot to mention this in the wild section, it turns it into a deadly weapon, its mouth. However, I mean, there's nothing really funky going on with its mouth, is there? So it sounds like it'll be able to take on like araneos and pommioscorpions because it says that it can take down insects far larger than itself. The only insects we really have that are larger than like your Titaniminas and stuff like that are the scorpions and the araneos, the arthropluras, that sort of stuff. So it sounds like you could easily take insects down with them, which, I mean, yeah, it's not cool. Like, I don't think it's cool. That's just my opinion, though. Like, I mean, the design of the little dude is cool. I'm kind of disappointed that it's the third and final creature for Lost Island. Nonetheless, we're going to keep going. It wasn't even second. Cjthecheesedj got second, and this guy got third. So, I mean, I would have liked the Cjthecheesedj over this guy. Nonetheless, the domestication. So, it acts as a backpack. It can support the weight of a fully grown human adult. And then it can stun smaller other shoulder tames. So like your Microraptors, your Pygomastixes, possibly Troodons, which will enable you to get away. But other than that, to me, it seems like a glorified Archaeopteryx. Like, we already have Archaeopteryx in the game. To me, it seems like a very glorified Archaeopteryx, because Archaeopteryx already does all of this. It already does all of this. Sino-macrops can carry surprisingly heavy loads. Yeah, Archaeopteryx reduces it by 50%. Support the weight of a fully grown human adult. Archaeopteryx can do that. Struggle to gain altitude. Archaeopteryx doesn't gain altitude. Can double as a glider and parachute. Archaeopteryx already does that as well. And it also seems like you could possibly just override having to use this guy completely with an actual wingsuit. So I'm not too sure how that's going to function in the game, but we have this dude as the final creature. Flying dinosaur squirrel dude. So kind of disappointing. To me, anyway. Alrighty, guys. Now, one other thing that we're going to discuss real quick is this is on the official Twitter post. So when they released it, we had one of the Ark community, one of the Ark devs, I'm pretty sure, Jat. He released his statement saying, maybe a bit understated with our dossier, but this thing will have some serious carrying / backpack abilities and shoulder pet inventory quality of life to go with it. I don't know if it still justifies it. We'll just have to wait and see what that carrying backpack abilities are, but the shoulder pet inventory quality of life will go to all the shoulder pets. So like this thing isn't really bringing anything new as far as I can tell to the table. A lot of people kind of aren't happy with it either. So yeah, you can see here that you can see, oops, forgot to mention which dino I'm talking about that is already in game. It's the Archaeopteryx, a little hang glider feather friend that also spooks rather easily. So apparently someone tried to, another YouTuber tried to get people to vote for this one. I have no idea who it was. Oh, okay, this Nexus guy, which I think is a Spanish streamer or something. Yeah, so I mean, I would have really liked, I think the Cjthecheesedj would have been a much better pick than this little dude. But it is what it is. We don't really have much of a choice. At least we're getting a new dino, which I don't know if I'd go that far. Yeah, like we already have, I mean, it looks like it will actually have a glider option. So the Archaeopteryx doesn't have that sort of speed, but like the wingsuit kind of thing. I guess the only benefit of using this guy over the wingsuit glider skin would be the backpack that it could carry. Other than that, I don't really see too much of a use for this guy. Maybe on Lost Island, he'll be a lot more useful because I'm going to assume that they're not going to enable aberration engrams to be learnt on Lost Island because they're going to lock it behind a paywall with their DLC. So you're not going to have access to a glider on Lost Island, which makes sense to have this guy here, I guess. So yeah, kind of, I mean, I'm disappointed, but that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think about it down below in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. Nonetheless, we've also got some new sponsored mod updates where we introduce new projects in the sponsored mod program. Our first set of picks for the year is ready for you to enjoy, and they're also accepting applications until October the 5th. So we've got a new map here. Reworks many aspects of the game to take the player on a challenging survival adventure without any trace of technology. You'll find new structures and mechanics for crafting, exploration, taming, and harvesting. And if that's not enough for you, there are many dungeons hiding underground. We've also got Ark Genomes. It brings forth a significant overhaul complete with challenges, a new tiered improvement system for creatures, and its own story flow. Take on difficult challenges to fight off the corruption of element, gain new rewards, and raise your tames through multiple stages of genetic evolution. There's also going to be an Evo event until Tuesday the 7th, 2 times everything. And then we've got Community Corner with a bunch of videos, some fan art, which looks awesome. I'm always a sucker for the fan art. There's a gacha down here that looks sick. This dude is also from Ark 2. He looks really cool as well. That's the leaf guy at the beginning. And then we've got the gacha. I love this one. It's so badass. And we've got some in-game screenshots. And that is pretty much it for the community crunch. Like I said, I'm super disappointed with the final dino we're getting on Lost Island. I do kind of think they are pandering to whoever got this creature to like level 3, to top 3, I reckon. I think it was this guy here, maybe. This guy, maybe, possibly, I don't know. But yeah, I think it's kind of disappointing. Nonetheless, guys, let me know what you think of it down below in the comments. And other than that, guys, thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.